Welcome everyone, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Welcome to our Friday live stream, and if you're like VLAM in Hong Kong, our Saturday live stream. Wherever time you're at, whatever day it is for you, welcome. This is when we get together and talk about any and all things vegan. Hey Uncle, hey Sarah, hey Mark, and By the Book. What's up, Uncle? Live from Long Beach. It's Friday night with your host, Ryan, the Happy Healthy Vegan. You like that? I always thought I could do like voiceover acting. Let me try that one more time. Live from Long Beach. It's Friday night with your host, Ryan, the Happy Healthy Vegan. Party on, Ryan. You know, something like that. What do you think about a new intro like that? Let's see. Yeah, VLAM. Yeah, a lot of us are confused now. Like, there's this new feature that YouTube added for like channel members. Like, who's the number one fan? Who's the number two fan? It's just weird. I haven't fully checked it out yet to understand. Yeah, it's a new thing. So yeah, let's just bear with it. Maybe someone will figure it out one day. Maybe I'll figure it out one day. We saw it pop up a little while ago. I remember on yesterday's video premiere, you know, the Chat GPT fiasco debacle. People were talking about it too. Yeah, I got my new glasses, Sarah. Yeah, I told you last week would be the last day. Yeah, these glasses look almost identical to my like non-reading glasses. These are my new computer distance glasses. And I was bummed. Like the old ones I've had them for like maybe like 10 years, and I really didn't put much thought into them when I got them. I just, I can get these for a good price. So I wanted to get some that kind of look like a lot more like what I would normally wear, and I found these, and they were like almost exactly like these cooler looking Oakley ones that I have for just going out and about. So, these will do. Cool. So anyway, yeah, I can actually see a little better. I tell you, I think 8, 9, 10 years ago when I got my previous computer distance glasses, I think the distance I did was like too close. I think it was like a little closer than I wanted. I remember when I went to the optometrist, I measured out my arm, and I can pretty much touch my monitor with my arm extended. So that's where I had, the letters at when I got my new prescription. So yeah, all good. Let's see. Cool. I'm glad you guys like my new glasses though. Yeah, I can see a little bit better, and I like the style way more. This is what I look like. Seriously, when I wear those weird computer glasses to make all my YouTube videos, that's how so many people like think I look. And no, I look like that when I'm at the computer. I don't like walk around with those glasses. I don't even care about the style of them all that much. But I think I got those free with my insurance. That's why I picked them. I wasn't really thinking, wow, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are going to see me over the next X amount of years in these glasses. So anyway, all good. It's handled. Those are filed away or stored away in a drawer, and these shall be my new computer glasses for a long time. Yes, I think they're much better. It's about time. I was determined when I went to the optometrist, I was going to come away with at least some new computer glasses. And I don't need reading glasses, by the way. I can see close up like no one's business. Seriously, I can read tiny details without any glasses. It's just the computer distance, because I'm a little nearsighted. So the things that are further are more troublesome for me. Things that are close, not a problem. I probably, hopefully, will never have to have reading glasses. So welcome everyone. Let's see. Prince says, hey, Ryan, I'm sorry, your reply video to Dr. Ken Berry, the anti-vegan dude, was so great. You annihilated his anti-vegan AI video like a pro. Actually, I had some of his fans come and comment on the video from yesterday. So I told them to come back. They were not pleased how I didn't use the exact same wording that Dr. Berry did. I thought I made it better, because Dr. Berry would ask the AI, is like animal protein or iron better or more absorbable than plant iron or something like that? And my question, okay, maybe it wins, but I always tell fruitarians it's not a race to win. It's not like he or she who absorbs the most of a nutrient or nutrients wins in life or something like that. The question is, I asked it the real practical issue for a vegan. I don't give a shit if meat iron is more absorbable or not. I don't care. Because I'm not eating meat. I don't give a shit how much, if it's more. What I care about is what I asked ChatGPT. I said, will I be at a disadvantage for whatever? Like, will I be at disadvantage for building muscle and tissue if I got all my protein from plants or whatever his thing was? I said, no, you won't be at a disadvantage. Same thing for heme iron. Will I be at disadvantage? That's all I want to know. I don't care who or what diet. I don't even care if the vegan diet absorbs more. I don't give a shit. All I care about is, will I have issues? Will I be at a disadvantage compared to meat eaters? That's all I want to know. I said, no, you'll be fine, provided you're sensible and don't starve yourself and do stuff like that. So I told them to come. Hopefully they'll come, and I'll let them know. I wasn't biased. I was asking the question that mattered to me. I wasn't trying to, who, I say some kind of crude there, whose D is bigger? We don't care. Who cares what absorbs more? All I want to know is, will I be deficient? That's what I asked. Will I risk deficiency, or whatever? So that's all I give a crap about. Same with fruitarians. I don't care if your diet might absorb more. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me whose diet absorbs more nutrients or not. Doesn't matter. I want to know, am I getting a sufficient amount for my body and lifestyle? That's all I care about. I don't care if some other guy might get more. Doesn't matter. Don't care. You've never been to Catalina, Sarah? I've done something finally that you've not done before. It sounds like you did all these cool things in life. I have one thing I have up on you there, Catalina Island. Travis, I always read the letters way wrong at the eye docs just to scare them a little bit. I've never thought of it. You got a weird sense of humor there, Travis. That's awesome. I should totally do that sometime. God, just kidding. I can see it. XCBY. Anyway, yeah, Mark. Yeah, I thought my wording was more specific. And the bottom line is Dr. Berry never showed his results. So people are picking on me. I said, come to my live stream and tell me more about why it was wrong for me to use very clear wording, unambiguous, clear, specific wording. Well, Dr. Berry got away with murder by not ever showing the results. A lot of people were commenting that the AI is biased. So if you phrase it like I did, I'm forcing the AI or making the AI want to give me results that please me. If you phrase it like him, it's going to show results that please him. I was not trying to influence or bias the AI. I didn't even know you could do that. Honestly, all I was trying to do is ask it a question that mattered to me. Again, I don't give a shit if who absorbs more protein or more iron. I don't care. All I want to know, will I be at a disadvantage? Will I risk deficiency if I eat my way? Diet of all plants with no animal products. All I care about. Again, who cares who gets more? It doesn't matter. More isn't all necessarily better. That's why in the chat GPT results, it repeated something I've known before. Like it said, as a vegan or plant-based eater, only take supplements if necessary, as deemed by your blood work, because it said very clearly excess iron is a risk. So again, it just shows you more isn't necessarily better. For some nutrients, there's a nice sweet spot to be, and if you get more, either who gives a shit, or you might want to give a shit, because depending on the nutrient, it could be an issue. Uncle, does animal-based diet mean they eat all the animal? No, it's a stupid phrase that the Carnivore MD guy, Paul Saladino, came up with to try to gaslight his followers. He's got like 3 million or 1 million subscribers. Anyway, to gaslight his followers that I don't even know what he has. I know he has way more than I do. That, I'm not eating all meat anymore. He's trying to gaslight his followers because, look, I'm not eating just 100% meat anymore. I'm eating plants now. But it's animal-based. So when you eat a piece of kale, it's animal-based? No, you're eating a heavy meat diet with plants. And just call it what it is. You don't have to invent a whole new diet category. Just high meat or something. Animal-based. I want to eat cherries or animal-based. Pickles are animal-based. I remember he said that. Anyway, yeah. Catalina is mysterious to you. Sarah, it is kind of a trippy, weird place. It is weird. Like the one town there that most tourists go to, Catalina, it's like this picture perfect storybook tourist town, and the rest of the island, like 95% of it, is undeveloped, is rugged. That's the way the former owner, Mr. Wrigley, wanted it. The guy who, the chewing gum millionaire, he bought most of the island a long time ago and left the land to a conservancy that preserves the island. So yeah, it's pretty cool to go see like what California would have looked like 100 years ago. It hasn't really changed that much once you get out of the town. Yeah, and there's all sorts of fantastic, wonderful history about Catalina. I can't even get it. There's so much stuff going on there. Like, the Chicago Cubs trained there because that's where Wrigley's from. Marilyn Monroe's visited. World War II had some implications for the island. Anyway, hey, Peter. Good to see you, Peter. And thanks for suggesting the story about Dr. Barry there. It's funny, Angie found it like right a little bit before you sent me the email, or maybe you sent it and then I saw it a little later. But you guys suggested around the same time. But I give you full credit because Angie suggested a video from like a week or two before. Hey, stay as long or as not as long as you can, Peter. It's all good. We have Uncle here, and Uncle will kick the ass of any jerks that try to come and derail our live stream. Blood Rose wants to know, do these doctors like Barry and Saladino believe what they're saying, or is it a cash for cow income? I don't know. I mean, are they just saying this shit because they think there's a bunch of gullible people who will follow them? Or do they gaslight themselves, use some kind of self-deception to believe this nonsense? Because as I showed, the AI made it incredibly easy to show that pretty much everything he said was wrong. So we'll see if any of his viewers start to question the truthfulness of his overall message he's been promoting all these years. Hey, Johnny Bravo, and yeah, VLAM. Either way, it's all about the money. Whether they believe what they're saying or they're just 100% not into what they're saying, not believing it, but grifting it to make money. Either way, they like the money. So I guess for enough money, your mind can play a trick on you. Yeah, eating all meat is completely healthy and vegan diets are completely unhealthy, even though you'll find no health organization that would make either of those claims. But these guys say that all the time, and they're not held responsible for these claims. I mean, there's no accountability, especially when they say things that are demonstrably wrong, factually wrong, scientifically wrong. They just, if anything, say, I'm not carnivore anymore. I'm animal based, so don't give me any more shit, Anyway. That's awesome, Danny. Your husband is finally vegetarian. Hey, got to start somewhere. Hope he switches to vegan. Even your doctor said to stay with vegan. Awesome. That's good. I'm glad you have a doctor who's not like anti-vegan. A few of you guys have told me your medical professionals let you deal with their anti-vegan. I say, find another one, because there's no reason for your medical professional. I can see if you have a friend that doesn't like veganism, or your auto mechanic doesn't like veganism. Awesome. Let them fix your car and get out of there, and who gives a shit. But if your doctor is giving you nonsense about how you're going to die on a plant-based diet or all this stuff, find someone who actually understands what the real science says. There's no coincidence they have all these various health organizations from around the world that support well-planned vegan diets. So why should some lone, untrained, unknowledgeable health professional on their own just give you all this bad advice? It's not based on science, doesn't reflect the scientific consensus. Yeah, move on. But I'm glad you got one. You don't have to move on. Good, Mark. Yeah, you shouldn't have to know about any carnivore influencers. I always encourage you guys. I appreciate being told about these shit, nonsense, crap, non-evidence-based videos like Dr. Barry's to respond to. Saladino, all those guys. I'm glad you guys tell me about them, but don't watch their stuff. Not just out of principle, because you're supporting them. You're every time you click someone's stream, whether you like them like me, presumably, or dislike them like those guys. Either way, the YouTube algorithm doesn't care. It'll pay either person. If the AdSense ads go out, no matter whether you like the dude or person or hate them. So, or ambivalent about them. Maybe hate's too strong a word, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, try not to support them, but probably make little effect. They get way more clicks than I do anyway. So if you want to watch them, but I don't watch their stuff only when I'm working. I don't go watch Dr. Barry's channel or Saladino's channel for fun or anything like that. I'll watch other stuff, but I'll just watch them when I'm making a response video. So yeah, they get one main click for me, then I'm downloading, capturing the video, so I really just play it once on YouTube. So anyway, what else y'all talking about there? Let's see. Xenix says medical doctors who do not advocate for vegan, or at least vegan diets, not veganism, they don't have to be ethical or anything like that, have failed as doctors. Well, that's a bit strong. We could walk that back a tiny bit and say medical doctors who are not open to, receptive to patients on a completely vegan or plant-based diet have failed as evidence-based doctors, for sure. Yeah. They don't have to promote it if they don't want to, but at least should be able to work with you. Like I'm saying, I've gone to doctors who very not vegan themselves, but I tell them how I eat and how I exercise, and see my blood labs and see my body composition, and your markers are great. You're healthier than a lot of people like 20, 30 years younger than you that come in and get their blood labs done here. So yeah, I'm glad they're like, yeah, so they don't say, but you got to start eating meat. Like, why? I'm doing okay, all right, the way I am already. So yeah, they don't have to love it as long as they don't hate it, as long as they can work with you is what I'm saying, as long as they're not ignorant. Oh, you're an MD yourself. You firmly believe they should be. I mean, I'm with you. I wish they would be promoted it. I wish that, but you know, that's a strong wish. I can't see how that would happen. So I will just take a doctor being cool with it and working with you and not spouting off a bunch of stupid shit like, you know, you're going to be deficient in all this stuff and you're going to die. I had a friend who went vegan for 3 weeks and he almost died. You know, I just, as long as you don't have a doctor that says stupid crap like some random troll on the internet would say, like a carnivore influencer would say, is what I'm saying. But I'm with you, Xenix, but I guess I have a more modest wish. I'll just take it if they're not anti-vegan and able to work with you because they're not being, I just don't want them to be, you want them to be evidence-based. That's cool, Zenith. Aim high, right? Aim high and hope for the best. You get excited for blood lab days, Sarah. I gotta get going. I haven't had ever since I did all the work with my vegan cardiologist a few years back. I just kind of over it. You know, it's the same thing. I always have the same numbers. I did some extra tests like ApoB and stuff like that, and what was that other marker to see if you have that genetic high thing, and I'm cool with that one. I thought someone Chris Zombie is high end. But anyway, yeah, I just haven't been back for a few years. You know, I tell you other stuff. I had a calcium heart scan and an ultrasound of the heart and all that. I just feel like I just kind of bored and like, not bored, just like, you know, it's just a lot of stuff. Cool, I'm glad you like these glasses, Sarah. Yeah, they're pretty, I was pretty happy when I found them on the not expensive rack. I go, wow, these look like my sort of expensive Oakleys. You know, glasses can cost $1 billion. You know, I don't go nuts, but yeah, these look like a lot like my name brand, fancier frames. So I'm glad I got these for kind of a steal. Seriously, if I had them sitting next to each other, I'd really have to look like which one's which without looking for the little Oakley logo on the side. This doesn't have it, obviously, because it's not. If I just saw them head on like this, you know, it'd be hard for me to tell which ones are which. So I got lucky. And Angie, when I was picking these up, Angie was looking. She found some cool black round ones. Like, oh, those look really cool on you. You should get those. So maybe we'll go back and get her an appointment and get her some glasses. She doesn't really need them. She just wouldn't mind maybe some prescription sunglasses for when we go out and walk around. But yeah, she sees a lot better than I do. Robert, you love Oakleys? Yeah, I've never had Oakleys before. I've never been a big sunglasses guy. I have a really good pair of prescription sunglasses now. But yeah, I was just trying on all the frames at the optometrist, and yeah, the Oakleys look the best on me. In fact, I saw another pair of Oakleys just I was there last week. Like, ooh, these are nice too. But I already like mine. Mine are cool. I don't need to replace them or anything. But yeah, Oakleys look good on me. What I like about ones like this, I have a big round face. I don't have a little head or anything like that. So ones that go out wide like this, or else if I have little round glasses like I used to, like John Lennon style glasses, you know, those little round ones. This is weird. These little lenses, they look cool, but they don't look good on me because I have I wish my head was smaller, but I have a big freaking head. So I need glasses that kind of can frame a big head. This is how my genetics are. Vegans have big heads, right? That's what's wrong with you. No, I had a big head before I went vegan. In case any anti-vegans are going to make a response video about my big head, like, who eats all these oxalates? It makes his head swollen. I've never heard any science behind that. But I'm just letting you guys know, I'm anticipating the anti-vegans. My head was already large way before I went vegan. It was long. Anyway, that's great, Heidi. I'm glad you have good doctors too that are fine with you being vegan. Yeah, I wasn't really into sunglasses before. I'm not sure why, but I love driving with sunglasses now. I mean, that's all I drive in. I just love, like, I have some good polarizing sunglasses, so just no glare reflection. I just love driving with them. So yeah, sunglasses are cool to have. I guess when you get older, it's even more of an issue, especially if you're older and driving. I don't know if I call me a watermelon head or not, Uncle, but I do have a big head. I don't have a tiny head, you know? It's funny, like Angie and I watch all these like K-pop stars and stuff. In Korean culture, I've learned that small heads, tiny heads are considered more aesthetically pleasing by by most people there. And I see a lot of the stars have these little heads. I go, man, I have a big freaking head, you know? Nothing you can do about that. You can't get any cosmetic procedure, I think, to make your head smaller. Maybe you can bring your jaw bones and stuff, and that's still not gonna make your head any smaller, like your skull, you know? Anyway. Yeah, Johnny, I wasn't into sunglasses for most of my life either, but Angie's kind of changed me a lot lately. You know, I'm wearing more caps. She wears baseball caps or dad hats all the time. She's got me into dad hats, sunglasses. We kind of look like twins a lot when we go out now. We'll both have like a hat on, some kind of dad hat, black clothes on, and often sunglasses and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of funny. That's kind of cool, you know, to look have you and your wife kind of have the same kind of thing going on. Basically, picks my head is fine. Yeah, I'm cool with my head. I don't ever worry like, God, my head's too big. But I just know that it's kind of tricky to frame my face aesthetically with eyeglasses or sunglasses, whatever, because of my big head. I have to find ones that are designed to go out wide. I guess these would look really cool on someone with a tiny head, you know, but me, they look just right. But hopefully, you guys will never see my old reading glasses, the ones you've been seeing me wear for the past 10 years or so. Those are in a drawer. Hopefully I'll never have to pull them out again. Hopefully, unless something happens to these, knock on wood, you'll see these forever now. Or no glasses. What's a late model? You gotta block stuff out. Tinted windows always. I've never had tinted car windows. 50% visibility on the 4 side windows and 20% in the back. Actually, my rear window came factory tinted. I think that's standard on my car type. But I've never had tinted front or side windows. But I just have the sunglasses. I feel that's I'm totally fine. I guess I never had tinted windows. Is it weirder at nighttime? Is it a little more difficult to see maybe? Because at nighttime, yeah, obviously I don't wear my sunglasses. I just wear my regular glasses. Robert, Oakley frames with prescription lenses. Yeah, that's exactly what I got. I've never had any Oakley sunglasses. I just have a pair. Here, I'll just grab them. They're sitting right back here. These are my other glasses, just like these other ones. These are my Oakley prescription long distance glasses, and these are my off-brand, whatever, computer distance glasses. I'll just flop them on really quick. You see, they kind of look the same, except these should have more reflection, probably. I actually paid more to get. Oh no, these now have no reflection. Up until last, I got these both changed out. I got like update on these lenses, my distance lenses, and one thing I made, I just didn't want to have reflection anymore. Not that I wear these on the computer because things are kind of blurry now. It's so close. Just when I'm driving at nighttime, I hate that. Like you get streaks. It's dangerous to see weird shit that's not there. So I paid a little extra to finally be able to have non-streak glasses at night. But you see, they kind of look pretty similar, right? These are my Oakleys, and these are my non-Oakley computer glasses. So yeah, I'm excited to upgrade my eyewear finally. But you see, they're kind of the same. They both kind of frame, in my face in the same. You like those too, Robert? If you're interested, I'll tell you which ones they are. I looked them up on the website. They're called Overhead. And there's another couple frame or two that look really similar to the Overhead. That's the one that I've been sporting now for, I don't know, at least 2 years maybe or so. I can't remember anymore. 2-3 years. I love them. They're just, these kind of glasses are just like the right weight. I've had some before that were really light, and I just didn't like them. I'm running, they feel like they're bouncing and stuff. These just have the right kind of weight to set, at least on my nose bone, well. LASIK eye, like you're talking about that surgery, right, Travis? I'm tempted, but I've heard mixed stuff about it. Like people like it at first, and then like later on they don't. Any of you guys have that LASIK eye surgery procedure? I had a friend who did it. Like. I don't know. I forgot. I haven't seen her in a long time, but I don't know what her opinion is. But let me know if any of you guys had LASIK eye surgery, because that'd be awesome. But then how does it work out? Because my prescription, I told you, for distance is totally different than close up. Will I still be able to see like computer distances and reading distances? That's the thing that kind of frightens me. And then just things can go wrong in surgery. And how does it work long term? Hey, V, thank you, VLAM.
The first time since last April. I take meds, but vegan diet definitely helps.
Wow, V. I'm going to read it again because I was blabbing during half of it. My bad. Yeah, want to share some good news. I woke up with 0 joint pain this morning. First time since last April. You take meds, but vegan diet definitely helps. Awesome, V. Great. Yeah, it's supposed to help with stuff like that. I mean, like as far as like inflammation goes, despite what Dr. Barry was talking about there, but that's good news. Awesome. Ethical diet, and it helps with your body's, some of your body's issues. That's, it's a win-win. Let's see. So Travis says, are you talking about the surgery you do one eye of each far and you just squint? So one eye gets the surgery for distance, other one for close, and then you squint the whole time. Okay, V, you did have LASIK done almost 10 years ago, and you recommended. Okay, cool. Now, I'm just kind of scared to do something like that. Okay, and Uncle says, all right, many times you'll need glasses for close work if you do LASIK. I get it. So you'll need to have a prescription for seeing up close. I get it. Okay. Flaxseed is good for joint pain, says Heidi. I just put flax seeds in my smoothies just to get some omega-3s. Oh, speaking of omega-3s, guys, I just did that Dr. Barry response video, how he's saying there's not enough EPA and DHA. I'm going, I don't want to be dumb like Miley Cyrus. Oh, I gotta start eating fish because there's no. I ordered. I just got it today. I took it today. A few hours ago. I ordered a little DHA, EPA, whatever. The long chain omega-3 fatty acid supplement. Got a. It's pretty cool. Like $16.95 for 60 capsules or little pills, whatever, on Amazon. It's vegan, so I just thought I'd mention that. You don't have to eat fish and violate your morality. You don't have to start eating steak like Miley Cyrus. Oh, I was afraid after all that weed and I smoked and all the drugs, my brain's messed up, so I need omega-3, so I'm going to eat salmon. Like, you're vegan. Why would you think to eat salmon? Just take a freaking supplement that's made out of algae, the same stuff that the salmon eat. Anyway, I just got some, and I took 2 just to see what happened. I feel the same, so it makes me think I probably wasn't deficient if my brain's getting all these long chain omega-3s that it hasn't been getting for a few years. I'm kind of dubious. I think my body's been converting it all this time, So anyway, thanks, Robert, for $5 of cult dues here. I will put that to good use tomorrow. I should take Angie out to a coffee or something tomorrow. Hopefully that'll be the plan. Coffee, and hopefully work on the newest song that we're working on. The music's pretty much all ready. Now I just got to start getting Angie in here and getting her vocals on it. But thank you, Robert. Thank you, V, for the cult tips, the cult dues. Okay, Sarah says, my friend's dad has 2 patents on laser eye surgery. See, you're so connected with everything. The man himself still wears glasses. That tells you something interesting. Wow, that is kind of interesting. It makes you wonder, why is he wearing glasses if he's had patents? Any news about the duckweed I used to get? No, I need to have a conversation with Clean Machine. The company I was in contact and working with for all these years. He wanted to have a conversation last year, but my mom was in the hospital. I kind of blew him off. I told him what was going on. He's totally cool about it. I just need to reach back out and have a chat with him, because Jeff Palmer, he's cool. He's a totally cool dude. I trust him. I don't think he's like, like Mike the Vegan and Earthling Ed, Joey Carbstrong, Vegan Zombie. I don't ever see them making I'm no longer vegan videos. So I should hang out, have a little Zoom chat with them and see what's up with the future duckweed product, hopefully. Hey, Gladys. Good weekend to you. Thanks for joining. Mark, yeah, a lot of vegan doctors and nutritionists say your body will convert, the ALA from, like, say, ground flax seeds into EPA and DHA. You don't need to supplement. But the thing is, as I read on yesterday's video, is that we convert it from ALA to short chain to the long chain. There's a conversion process, but we don't know exactly what that conversion rate or percentage is, because as far as I understand, I'm not a medical doctor or nutritionist, but as far as I understand it, that conversion rate differs from person to person. And I think there might be some issues too. Maybe if you're I'm trying to go, this is something I heard, tell me if this is right. If you've been vegan a long time, your body might get more efficient at the conversion. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, body does convert it, but it's not a slam dunk as if you're getting an efficient or sufficient conversion. That can vary. So that's the little twist on that one. So yeah, take a supplement, if you're concerned about that. I remember when Nick Ikato was quitting veganism, he sent me a message. I'm worried about my brain. How am I going to get omega-3? So you are aware you could have ground flaxseed. If you want to get direct long chain, take some kind of algae supplement. You don't have to start eating meat. Same thing as Miley Cyrus. I don't understand why people think that they have to eat fish when you could take an algae supplement. The fish, eat the algae. Just don't eat the fish, eat the algae. I don't get it. It makes zero sense. I think these are people that already knew they wanted to quit being vegan for whatever reasons, and they'll just use this as a dumb excuse. Even though when they're showed that they don't have to do it, demonstrably true fact, evidence-based fact, you take an algae supplement, very effective, and they still don't do it because they don't care. They already had an agenda to leave for whatever reason. Gladys, vegetarianism is the truly best way of life. No, that's the second best. Veganism is the best one. But no, it's awesome. I'm not trying to start a fight or anything like that. Let's see, Veganics. Can I comment on the return of Gary Yourofsky back to activism? Veganics, can you tell us more about that? All I heard is that he made one video. Is that true, or has he made more since then? And that one video, I haven't watched it. I guess if that would be a cool topic, should I make a response video? Should I watch his new video or videos, if they're plural now, and talk about it? I mean, I don't know if that would that be interesting. I'm not really a huge Gary Yourofsky fan. I'm not a hater or anything like that. I just never really. I think it's cool he made that most important speech ever vid or whatever that was. That's cool. A lot of people saw that and were influenced by it. That's totally cool. I just never really followed his content or him personally. I just didn't go down that path. There's so many people you can follow down. So anyway, yeah, should I watch it and make a response? If you want me to, I will. Okay, so Veganic says he's taking part in one damn month with AV. Who's that? And is going on every podcast he is invited on. Okay, that's cool. I'll watch his video or videos and tell you what I think, if I think that will make an interesting, informative video. Okay. Oh, anonymous for the voiceless. Okay, thank you. I was thinking something vegan, like a blah blah vegan or something. I don't know, atypical vegan or something. AV. That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, I got it. I totally got it. Okay, Vixie Pixie says you start as a vegetarian so you understand the process. Once you learn about the dairy industry, that's a lot of vegetarian. I was like that too, guys. I remember back when I was vegetarian, I go, okay, well, they're not killing the cows, right? They're just milking them and stuff like that, making cheese out of them. And sometimes you see these beautiful marketing stories that these businesses paint, how we love the cows, and then you realize, no, they're killing cows. They're killing all the male cows, and they live shortened lives. It's not this beautiful thing like they make it out to be. So once we learn that, then you realize, wow, if I'm truly, against animal cruelty and exploitation, definitely cut out the dairy. Yeah, it's more cool than putting an animal to death, because they're really like slowly torturing them their entire shortened lives. Yeah, I think Sarah's answering. Yeah, what are some good sources of omega-3s? Flax, chia, hemp, walnut, seaweed. You think you're good? Seaweed probably got the iodine there. Yeah, the dairy industry is the meat industry. It's the animal products industry. Yeah, there's no distinction really. Okay, and Gary's main reason for coming back is to raise money for his local animal sanctuary. Awesome. That's a beautiful, altruistic, compassionate reason. So I tip my hat to Gary. I guess I have nothing bad to say about him. I just don't know too much about Gary. From my scene, he seems like a cool dude, cool message. I haven't really thought about anything he said, though, in a long time because he disappeared. Interesting. Did he say where he went, like why he stopped being an activist and all? I'm just kind of curious. Or maybe I'll figure it out if I watch that. Okay, Carl, he came out as strongly against intersectionalism. I agree with him, although he went further than I would have. Oh, okay. I really don't have too much of an opinion on that. My take is just, I agree with all, I support all exploited peoples, as a minority. I'm totally against racism in my rules here. I said don't do any of this racism, sexism, ageism. I'm a fan and champion and defender of all that. However, my knowledge and specialty is hardcore about animals, veganism, ethics towards animals. I really don't, haven't done too much reading or deep dives into the other forms of exploitations and stuff like that. So that's why I just focus on this, because I can chat all day about this. I've responded to all the arguments. I know this topic really well. So I would be a really crappy advocate for any of the other isms. I'm just good with anti-veganism. Yurovsky, I think that's right, Sarah. Let's see. Carl says that Gary's point was that when you team up with these other groups, they don't care about veganism or even move a little towards your side. If that's been his experience, I totally would understand that, because other groups probably wouldn't becoming vegan. Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah. So I say, that's cool. Everyone has their specialty, the thing that makes them really awesome at something. And if someone's an awesome advocate against sexism or ageism, racism, whatever, just do it. Be the Michael Jordan of the advocate for that. I'm trying my best to be a Michael Jordan of an advocate for the animals. That's just where my skills lie at. Is that the right way to lie at? That's where my skills are. Hello, Allison. Welcome. Banging my water bottle there. D Rabbit, I don't know if he's against intersectionalism. I said, I'm not against intersectionalism. I'm making that really clear before some intersectionalists try to jump on me. I'm just saying, I understand where my limitations are as far as knowledge, experience, debating, all that stuff. I've got the vegan one down really, really, really well. I think so, at least. So that's where I'm at. But again, I already have hints of intersectionalism here, where I'm against harassment, racism, sexism, and ageism. None of these have to do with anti-veganism. Let's see. It only could help all of us. I'm with you. We should all support peoples and animals who are being exploited and marginalized and treated wrong. Justice for one is justice for all. I agree. I can be intersectionalist without teaming up. Yeah, I think it just depends what you mean by intersectionalism. There's different ways to be it. My way is, yes, I support intersectionalism. I'm against the exploitation and marginalization of all peoples and animals. That being said, I'm going to fire my arrow where I have the weight. It's the vegan arguments. I really couldn't be a great advocate for, say, ageism or racism all that well. I don't have all the deep understanding of that, but I'm against those things. I'm against all these like bigotry, all forms of bigotry and hate and cruelty and exploitation, I'm against. But I have just the time really to advocate my free time, if you want to call it free time, to one of those, and that's this one here, veganism. That's my stance on that. I don't know what Gary's life experience has been. Maybe he's been asked multiple times to team up with intersectionist groups. I'm just speculating here, and he's found that it hasn't really helped veganism all that much, was maybe his perception. I'm in the position where no intersectionist groups have ever reached out and asked me to team up with them on anything, so I have no opinion I have no experience on how that works out. I don't know. I'm just a lone dude in his house here, basically. Hey Carl, cool, you really loved my last video. Defeating his arguments with ChatGPT was beautiful. And the thing is, these are his own things he's putting out there, trying to insinuate if you eat a plant-based diet, you'll be at a disadvantage compared to meat eaters as far as building tissue and muscle and tissue. That's why I asked you, will I be at a disadvantage? I said, hell no. You know, are plant-based diets anti-inflammatory? Hell yeah, and here's the science. You know, just everything he's saying, there's evidence to show that he's full of shit. Or at least being, whether intentional or not, misrepresenting the actual evidence, what the actual truth is, misrepresenting it. Hey, Btissimo, great channel rules. Is that me? Oh, great channel. I thought you said I rule. No, these are great channel rules, right? I mean, these are not just, I believe, these shouldn't just be rules that are limited to my live stream here. I mean, these are just basic, common sense, decent behaviors that one should have in all life interactions, right? I mean, this is how to get along in society and be a decent person. I'm not even asking for someone to be an awesome, great person. Just be at the bare minimum a decent human and to interact with me. That's it. I don't like, I'm out in the world and some asshole starts trying to interact with me. I go away or tell him to F off. I don't continue. I want to keep hanging out with this asshole unless somehow I'm getting something cool out of it, which sounds weird, but it could happen. But if I don't want to deal with an a-hole, I go away. So that's how it works out. If you want to hang out with us here, with our group, our friendly group, and chill and communicate with us, and particularly with me, just don't be a dick. You know, it's pretty simple. A lot of people say, I don't like your rules. I go, you don't like these rules? I mean, is it really that hard for you to not be a racist or a sexist or an ageist? It's really it's that difficult? I mean, I've set the bar pretty low, I think, you know? Anyway, it's really, I laugh when someone complains about the difficulty of abiding by these horrible fascist rules I've made here. Let's see, Milo. Hey, Milo. Gary, you're off sky. Enjoy Carp Song and Earthling Ed. You're probably saying, I'll believe it's justifiable to murder if you get hungry enough. That's a nuanced position, Milo, because I've said before, if I was ever stranded on a desert island and there was like not really any food or much food there, the morals and ethics that you have in everyday life when you're not in a life and death survival situation can be a little blurry. For instance, I think most of us all would agree that eating the flesh of another, say, human being is like totally never going to happen. But I'm sure all the members of the Donner Party thought that would have had that same belief if you had asked them before they left on what became the Donner Party. Some people had to survive on the flesh of dead party members to survive. And I think if I was stranded on a desert island, would I eat a chicken if there's a chicken? I don't know. I have never been in such a situation, but I'm pretty damn sure, and you guys can unfollow me, I'd probably eat a bivalve if it meant me coming back home to my wife and my life here. If I could live off bivalves until I got rescued or die, I'd want to get home to see my wife and family. So that would probably eat a bivalve. How much further would I take it? I don't know. I've never been in a life or death situation like that, you know? So these are just kind of philosophical gray areas. And most of us, thank God, have not been in these survival life or death situations where you've had to figure out, should I eat my old buddy Jedediah there? He passed away on the mule a couple days ago. Shall I eat him? You know, I don't know. You know, That's a Donner Party, Hopefully you'll never find yourself in a situation where you have to ponder, should you eat Jedediah or anything for that matter. Anyway, so hopefully no one will take me out of context. I'm just being really honest about how I feel about that. And most of us don't know what we do, but I probably would eat a bivalve if it meant me coming home versus dying on a desert island. But I agree with you, Robert. Yeah, Robert says it very beautifully here. No one can predict what a starving human can do. I can't predict it because I have zero experience with that kind of situation. Don't know. Jebediah. I figured there's probably a Jebediah in the Donner Party. Does that sound like the name of someone who was in the Donner Party? I don't think they'd have like a Mike and Ryan and stuff like that. I just probably had trippy names like Jebediah or something like that. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm not portraying that I'm a scholar of the Donner Party. I just know the basics of what happened. I don't know the names of the people, other than there's some people in the party named Donner. What's that, Johnny? Thankfully, you're going to try to go through, what's that, SERE school at some point? It's a very close simulation of a life or death situation. God forbid you have to go in the winter. What's a simulation of a life or death situation? Some kind of like thrown out in the wilderness without any food? Is that what you're talking about? Let's see, Jedediah. I was saying Jedediah, then I saw Jebediah, and I said that. But yeah, Jedediah was, I think I said earlier. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Blood Rose 75. Good point, though. People trying to debunk veganism, we'll just try to resort to the most extreme examples. Like, say you're starving to death on a desert island. Like, how come all vegans eventually find themselves in a thought experiment where they're dying and starving to death on a desert island? No one says to a person on a standard American diet, well, pretend for a moment you're starving to death on a desert island and all you had was kale and potatoes. I've never seen anyone throw that at a meat eater or something, or a carnivore. You're on an island, all you had were bananas. Would you eat them? Because they're toxic, they're gonna kill you, and the oxalate kale's there too. Yeah, that desert island, we all know about that desert island, right, late model? It's something that it's, if you've been vegan long enough and you talk to enough people who are not in love with the idea of you being vegan, they're gonna throw this, what if you're on a it's funny when people say, well, what about like Native Americans and Inuits? I go, what about them? I mean, I'm just talking about myself and you guys. I don't know. It's like, if they don't want to go vegan, they don't have to. No one's forcing them. If they don't want, I can't. It's any group of people, like anyone, any group, any race or ethnic. What about them? I don't know. They can go vegan if they want. Oh, you're already going, all right, Nikki? Oh, good. I'm glad you're here as long as you could be. Also, probably the most common one, though, Sarah, is where do you get your protein? Followed by, what if you're on a desert island? That one. I'm going to have to remember to throw that at Carnivore. What if you're on a desert island and all you had were oxalate foods and bananas? Yeah, they could have misspelled it, Allison, and said, what if you're on a desert island? Oh, speaking of dessert, guys, man, AJ didn't come yet, right? I remember she was quick yesterday to the video premiere, but I haven't seen her tonight, right? Am I tripping? We haven't seen AJ tonight. Let me know if I'm hallucinating or not. But as far as dessert, guys, I have the most awesome dessert right now. It's just so cool. I can't tell you how stoked I am. I took Angie out to a lunch Wednesday to downtown Disney to Soul Sister. They have these cool soul bowls, like it's a Korean kind of Asian fusion thing. What was I going to say? That was great, but right across from there is Salt and Straw, like a designer boutique ice cream place. I think they started in the Pacific Northwest area, so you probably have some in like, nearby towns, maybe but not that close, but probably Portland. I think they're from Seattle. Anyway, they have they're in downtown Disney. They're doing a sale right now for people have the annual pass thing that I have, but can't go into the parks. They still want to get us down there. I didn't know this, but buy one get one free, and they have like great vegan flavors right now. They have this beautiful. It's so good. We got two because it's buy one get one free, which is awesome because it's like $12.95. So we get two for $13 is like cheap, you know. Anyway, it's banana bread and strawberry. It's so good. I'm so glad they offered two of them. So yeah, it's unhealthy as F, man. It's got so much high saturated fat, but it's my birthday basically. My birthday's in like 12, 13 days. So it's like, oh man, this is my first birthday present. I'm going to get the buy one, get one free. So I was like happy the rest of the day. So that's what I'm saying. Special occasions, I'll eat some stuff that I know is horrible for my health, but I don't eat it every day. But you know, we got two of them because if they're going to just give me one for free, it's like, hell yeah, I'll take it for sure. It's so good. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, banana bread and strawberry. It's so delicious. It tastes like nothing else. Like salt and straw vegan ice creams don't taste anything like, say, Nadamu or Ben & Jerry's dairy free. It's its own thing. It's really high end, really delicious. That's why they charge $13 for them. They're really good. But yeah, that price alone makes it like special occasion thing. And the high coconut oil, coconut milk, saturated fat, definitely special occasion. And special occasion, birthday. Yeah, it does sound good, Heidi, huh? I don't know if you got any out there, but everyone look right now. You won't get the buy one, get one free, unfortunately, but that flavor should be around all July. So they have like one vegan flavor that they keep year round, and every month they have some new ones or a new one, but often multiple ones that come and go just for that month. So it keeps you interested in what they're doing. Okay, so yeah, we agree. AJ has not been on tonight. AJ maybe has something going on, like, a life, which I don't really have too much of one lately. I'm a chill homebody. And as far as Food Man, yeah, he's just been MIA. I know he's been the last few times it came by, he's complaining about like stomach or, just health things, but I don't think that's why he's gone. I think he just moved on. To something else, Well, that sounds good, Johnny. You like to eat your banana bread with chocolate in it. That would have been a godsend not too long ago. That does sound kind of tasty. I haven't tried meaty yet. I think they're just barely making their way out to some of the stores here. I haven't had any yet. I'm sure I will eventually. Yeah, Sarah, you probably remember AJ saying aloha. She was quick yesterday. I don't think she warned us she might not be here tonight, but sometimes she pops in, as you've seen, like 30 or 60 minutes in. It's common. I bet she'll pop in because she's on the East Coast, so I don't think she's a late nighter, right? She'll probably out doing something and be back soon. Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully she's out having fun or something, because it is summer. There's all sorts of things that happen in summer that don't happen the rest of the year. So hopefully she's having some fun. Oh, she is a night owl? Okay, I take that back. All right. She's older than me and probably stays up later than I do. Last night I was tired. I think I started getting tired like 11:30, 11:45. But fortunately I slept into like 9:30 today. So I must have been pretty tired. Oh, by the way, I went to the gym today. I didn't play any games, but I was back on the court with my Zero. Thanks, Sarah, for my Zero XERO basketball shoes designed in a more minimalistic barefoot kind of style. It seems like a contradiction, but it really works. But anyway, yeah, I wore them. I didn't play any games. And one thing I did interesting at the end is I ran around the court for half a mile. I was measuring on my watch. And one thing I noticed is I think I need to get my toes stronger. I was noticing I need to really use my toes more than like midfoot or heel strikes. Just got to really get the toes stronger. I think that's why maybe I kind of had a little toe hyper flex situation a week and a half ago. So I think I need to just do more running around the court, strengthen my toes. And maybe I won't end up playing games of them. I'll just train in them. But they feel awesome when I'm training. But I did feel a couple times where the toes felt a little sore or sensitive. So yeah, I think I just need to strengthen my toes more. I got to build up the muscles in the toe before I do any more hardcore quick foot movements in them. Anyway, that was fun though. Yeah, maybe Asia's on a date, huh? We don't know. Hey, Fillmore Music. When there's no 24-hour cycle, sun, apparently people start to exhibit 48-hour sleep-wake cycles. I've heard about that. Yeah, I thought, was it 48? I kind of remember some studies where people are just put in a laboratory situation where they can't see any natural sunlight to see if their circadian rhythms would still be 24 hours. And I thought they extended out a bit past 24 hours. I didn't remember it extended all the way to 48. I thought it crept up maybe like to 30-ish or something like that. Interesting. I totally forgot about that though. But yeah, yeah, something's true about what you're saying there for sure. Hey, Fallon Marie. Late, lol. Yeah, Ryan, yes, most people need to get gradually into barefoot shoes to avoid injury. You're correct about changing your gait to avoid heel strikes. The thing is, I thought I was cool, Carl, because at the gym, prior to getting these Zero running shoes, I've been running around the gym, doing laps around the basketball court in my most thinnest, most minimal ultra running shoes. I have like a really thin minimal one and a thicker medium one that I use for running on the roads here. So I thought that would be enough, but I think the Zeros have a different thing going on. I really think I need to take advantage of both of them have a wide toe box as opposed to when I put my basketball shoes on. I notice how my toes are all crammed together, but on both of my minimal shoes there, the toe box is wide. I really got to take advantage of having the toes be all splayed out. Is that the right verb? And just really using the toe muscles. So yeah, I think I need to strengthen the toes even more before I could really fully take advantage of these basketball shoes. As far as being able to do things that have hurt my toes a little bit in the past, like jumping off my left foot and just defending people. When I defend people, I do a lot of quick movements, and that's how I stretched my toe out. I think I hyper flexed it or something like that. Zero shoes are a lot more flexible than Ultras, so maybe that's it. Maybe the Ultras kept it more, the toes from. I don't think the Ultras really forced my toes to like build up muscles, but I felt it when I thought to again. When I got done with my basketball workout, let me just run a little bit around the court just to test the shoes out as far as how that felt, and just to get a little more running fitness conditioning in. 2 for 1, and I really felt, I really got to get my toes stronger. So I think that's it. I just think my toes weren't ready for the forces that I would put on them with these Zero shoes, but I still feel I love wearing them. Again, I felt the awesome lightness in my feet. I felt the really good footwork. So I'm going to keep wearing them. I'm going to keep training them, get my toes stronger, and maybe I'll start playing games in them. I think it was a little premature for me to play games in them like the second or third time I wore them. Feet are weak because you don't eat meat. Yeah, someone will say that. No, it's because I'm wearing a minimalistic shoe that doesn't have all the support. And I tell you, the biggest difference is after I got done running the half mile in my Zero basketball shoes, I took them off and put my regular Nike basketball shoes to come home. I don't want to walk out into the parking lot in my nice new Zero shoes. I just want to wear them only on the basketball court. But yeah, when I put my Nikes back on, I really felt like my toes, I tell you, are just they're crammed together. They're tight. They can't really move at all. They're protected like in a cast or something like that. Seriously, I could really feel the difference. It was night and day, completely obviously noticeable. Hey, Graven, you got a pair of boys' high tops on clearance at Walmart for $5. Totally awesome. Yeah, maybe not something to do athletics in, but yeah, $5 high top shoes, no brainer. I would get that too. $5 all day. Let's see. What are you wearing, Carl? I've never heard of those shoes. Topos? They are halfway between regular shoes and barefoot shoes. Huh. Robert says barefoot runners would like to try for sure. Let's see. Milo, have I ever talked about the Zizian vegan professing trans murder cult? I think maybe someone told me about that once here. No, I didn't look into it. Really? There's like some kind of vegan cult that wants to murder people? Huh? No, I haven't heard about that. What? And trans? And what? How does this all connect together? That just sounds like weird, like just trippy. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, just what does being trans and vegan and murdering have to do? That's what I'm saying. I just don't get it. It seems like totally different things. What's that, Johnny? Sled pulls. So I don't have any sleds to pull, but I'll read what you say. Sled pulls. Like my gym doesn't have that. I know what you're talking about, though. Sled pulls can help also if you need the leg endurance as well, Ryan, especially for basketball because you're running around all the time. Yeah, that's great. I've seen those things. Yeah, my gym doesn't have anything like that. That's a mode of training I would maybe try if I had any access to that, but I don't got that. Yeah, you heard something about that a while too, right? Yeah, battle ropes. I love my battle ropes. I have that out in my garage so I can do battle ropes. I like to do it just at random times. Like say I'm going somewhere into the car, I go into the garage. Oh, there's my battle ropes. Bam, 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 and then go off and do what I'm doing. And a lot of times I'll do battle ropes in different ways. Sometimes when I'll just go hardcore, try to get those back rotator cuff muscles or whatever's going on back there, get them going. And before I go play basketball, though, I do them in a different way. I just kind of go lighter. I want to get my hips loosened up because hips are really important for playing basketball, hip flexibility. And I bend my knees a little bit more because I notice it works out some sorenesses that I have in like some knee joints on the side. Like if I go out into a basketball court cold and start warming up, I'll kind of feel those for the first 10, 20 minutes. I notice if I do the battle ropes and kind of stretch those knee joint or whatever things out, I can go out to the basketball court and not feel those things. I just think it needs to heat up or something down there. Then I'm good. It's not like an injury or anything like that. I can see some anti-vegan. You wouldn't have that pain if you were. No, just because I'm old and I just got to warm up. I just can't go out and start playing basketball. That's what I try to tell people when I get there and they want me to play. I said, dude, I just can't come out and play. I'm old. If I started playing right now, literally, I'd stretch a muscle. Something bad would happen. I've tried it before. That's how I know. No, you can't skip the warm-up when you're older. You shouldn't even skip it when you're younger, but when you're like my age, it's non-negotiable. You got to warm up. Yeah, Trini, people come up with all sorts of cults, but we are the best cult ever. Our vegan cult here, the Happy Healthy Vegan Friday Night Vegan Cult. Yeah, Heidi, battle ropes are badass. They're a great workout. You can do so many things with battle ropes. Seriously, you get so creative. Like, sometimes if you want, you don't have to go hardcore. Just try to do it as an endurance thing. Try to just go for minutes, you know? When you go in minutes, you don't want to go, you just want to like pace yourself. There's so many ways you can hit the battle ropes. Yeah, Johnny, there's just no sleds at my LA Fitness. You know, they just don't have that kind of training there. I mean, I know there's gyms that have that sort of stuff. Mine is just a more general, all-purpose gym, you know, so they don't have stuff like that. Yeah, we are the cult of love, huh? That's what my little cult here is, my little Friday Night Vegan cult, huh? Yeah, but battle ropes are awesome. What's cool about battle ropes is you can put them almost anywhere. I mean, I like the ones at the gym tend to be those really long ones. Like you can get shorter distance ones. You can get like a 20-foot rope, so it's like 10 feet on each side. You don't have to like have a 30 or 40-foot rope. Meaning you could put them in your backyard. You could put them in your garage. You can get creative with that. Meaning you can have access to battle ropes in your home or where you live at. You know, you might not be able to put a squat rack or whatever and bench where you live at, but you might be able to hook up a battle rope somewhere and be able to hit it like I like to hit my battle ropes. No, I've never had a trainer, V. I'm just really weird. No, I just kind of learn these things myself. Like sometimes I'll research a thing like battle ropes or a lift or something like that. Then I'll try to just use my brain and just try to figure out what's going on after doing the research and just try to, sometimes it's trial and error in a safe way, figure out the best way to do it. But the thing about battle ropes, I don't think there's too many wrong ways of doing it. You know, you can go one hand at a time, you can do two at a time. And I said you can go hard, you can go soft. You can do patterns and stuff, zigging. There's so many things you can do. So just, the thing is to, move, get the blood flowing, get the body moving in a safe way. Hey, thank you, Marie. Thank you, Fallon Marie, for occult dues. Yes, cults do collect money. So thank you so much. I'm such a bad cult leader, right? I'm not a gaslighting narcissist. I'm not all hey, I need the money because I'm the cult leader guy or anything like that. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, Fallon Marie. Yeah, Johnny's got lifting advice, but I think I got my I only do so many lifts, Johnny. I mean, I've studied many lifts over the years, but I just kind of got it down right now to a few that the ones I kind of focus on. I kind of got those down right now. And to be honest with you, I haven't been lifting all that much lately. My life was just too freaking hectic during the winter and spring with my mom's problems and stuff like that, and now it's summer, and historically summer's been a tough time for me to lift because I tell you, my lifting stuff's in the garage, and unless I get up really early, the garage heats up quickly. It has no insulation. The sun just beats on it, and it'll be like 70 in the house, 72 outside. You go in the garage like 86 or something like that. So it makes for a pretty miserable lifting work. You don't want to sit in there for half an hour or 45 minutes. Sometimes I'll just go in there and just bang out like a dozen bench presses and get out, or do some battle ropes and get out, or do battle ropes, bench presses and get out. But I don't want to sit there, okay, let's work on biceps now for another 20 or 10 minutes. So I just don't spend much time out there. But thanks for asking, Heidi. My mom's doing better with her whole marriage situation. It's better, and her mental health and all that, and her physical health has not really had any huge problems because she's old, so things can change a lot and quickly when you're that old, even when you're younger for that matter too. But she's, for all intents and purposes, thanks for asking, Heidi, she's doing pretty all right as of late, which is making my mental health a bit better, not have to worry about her all the time. Yeah, Graven, my birthday's coming up in 12 or 13 days. Next Friday will be the last Friday you see me at age 57, because the Friday after that, my birthday will have already happened. My birthday will happen on the Thursday, right before the 2 weeks. My birthday's on the 31st, so which is on a Thursday. So you'll see me on a Friday, August 1st live stream. So I'll be 58 then. So thanks, guys. I really can't emphasize how important it is to have your family doing all right, for you to be doing all right, especially if they're old and you're kind of responsible and kind of taking care of them to some degree. So it really is, it was weighing on me a lot, guys. And I want to thank you guys for being cool, and you guys are kind of my support in a certain sense. You guys are helping me through it, whether you knew it or not. So thanks so much, and doing better. I was able to make some really good music in that time frame, though, being so bummed and stuff. I kind of thrive off that in a certain sense. I don't seek out bad life situations, but I'm able to turn those that kind of malaise into art. So that's just something I've been doing most of my life. Even when life's good, I can still tap into a malaise. Maybe not the same kind of family mom malaise, but just general stuff. But anyway, thanks for asking, guys. Oh, my birthday's right before yours, Apano. You're on August 1st, Leo. Awesome. Hey, good night, Carl. Thanks for being with us. Oh, Johnny, if you can't make my first live stream for me being age 58, you're a bad person. No, just kidding. You got to do what you got to do, Johnny. It's all good. Oh, hey, Peter, event is over. Back. Did you miss anything? No, it's been super cool. Even with my I thought I'd change the title of tonight's live stream and change the thumbnail too. Try to attract more people that hate vegans and hate me, and no one's coming. How come people don't hate me anymore? I guess just VD hates me, I guess, right? Other than that, people don't seem to hate me like they used to. Well, maybe VG hates me too. I don't know. Anyway. Peter, you got all your flights for the UK going to vegan camp out. Awesome. Thanks, Dixie Pixie. You're awesome, Ryan. Thank you, too, for what I do for the animals. Hey, I'm just doing whatever little bit I can. I don't go out in the streets, and stuff like that. That's awesome. I'm just an introvert. I'm an INFP. I'm a homebody. This is my room where a lot of stuff happens. I mean, this is where I make pretty much 99% of my happy, healthy vegan videos, both live streams and response videos. The albums get made in here, you know, the music, the vocals get tracked in here. I mean, so much creative stuff. This is my place here. This is my castle, my whatever, you know, this is my dominion right here. So yeah, I figures I would do my vegan activism here too. But yeah, vegan campout would be fun. Peter, I was just talking about the zero shoes. I think I need to strengthen my toes. I was saying how at the end of my basketball workout today, I wore the shoes. I was fine. I didn't play any games, but I ran around the court for half a mile, and I noticed that I was running on my toes better. And I noticed, like, I need to strengthen the toes, because usually when I run, I'm not usually feeling the toes and the muscles activating. I think that could be why I kind of hyperextended some toes a few weeks ago. I don't think my toes were quite ready yet for the forces I generate when I play basketball, like, you know, putting a lot of weight and force on a foot, then taking off or something like that, you know, moving really quickly. So yeah, I think I'm going to just keep doing this. I'm going to, you know, train in the shoes and then spend more time running and getting the toes stronger. And once I get there, I'll consider playing some more actual games. So I think it was a little premature for me to play games without fully building up the toes. Oh, you saw a dude in zero shoes today at the gym, or just chilling and walking around? Nancy Roberts suggests, Ryan, calf raises, full stretch at bottom. I do calf raises. I actually do them outside on a step, so my heels go below the plane of the toes. But that's a little different. I don't really feel the toes pushing on that, but I could try. I could try to be more mindful of the toes, engaging the toe muscles when I do that. I'll give it a shot. I kind of do that more for my calves and my Achilles, actually, stretching out the Achilles. I wasn't thinking about the toes when I was doing that, but it was before I got the zero shoes, so I'll think about that. I'd like to do that from time to time. Yeah, no, that's why I was talking about how the wide toe box, it really lets your toes work, which is kind of a good and bad thing. In basketball, it could be good if you have strong toes, but if they're not ready, you can injure them. Because when I was leaving, when I got done with my laps around the basketball court, I put my Nike shoes on, and I was telling the guys earlier in the live stream that the Nikes have the toes just like locked right in. They can't move or anything. They're like in a little cast or something like that, which protects them, but it's not as like, you know, they're not being utilized all that much. So I got to strengthen my toes some more. Let's see. What do you got there, sir? You have a slant board in your kitchen. You're always stretching your calves and doing and toe raises, keeping your Achilles healthy. Awesome. Yeah, I've been really scared when I saw 3 NBA players rupture their respective Achilles in the playoffs, you know? So that's crazy. So I'm going, what can I do to make my Achilles? Well, first of all, I don't generate the kinds of forces that these guys generate because they're way more athletic and strong and all that than I am. Secondly, I don't play as often as they do too, so I don't have the wear and tear. Even though I'm older, I just don't repeat. I haven't been playing every day since I was like 10, like some of these guys have been. So anyway, still, I want to do stretches I can to keep this Achilles like loose and not going to rupture. Will skipping help toe strength? I don't know, Blodos. I never do it, and I guess it really depends on what your form is. If you're engaging the toes during the skipping, sure, it could help. I don't know how it works, if you can do that or not. What's that, Robert? You use toes and front foot with calf raises seated. What are you talking about? Is that like an exercise or something there? Gorilla feet, uncle? What is that? You think about getting those shoes with the individual toes, like Vibrams or whatever. You don't need something like that, Peter. Seriously, all you need is a minimal running shoe, like a zero running shoe. I'm not even talking about their sandals. Just get just a plain minimalist like zero running shoe. That's all you really need. You don't need to get as barefoot, like, you know, with the individual toes, because the running shoes have, like you said, a wide toe box, so your toes can splay out. You don't, I would say if you want to work towards that, get used to wearing a minimalist running shoe with a wide toe box, and then get a Vibram type shoe later on. But there's no need to jump right to that. I'm not a big fan of Vibrams, because if you're running, I've run with people wearing Vibrams, and if you hit like a little rock or pebble, I hear them go, bitch, they're pissed. You know, it hurts. I'm sorry if I said anything bad there, but my point is that won't happen if you're in a shoe. It protects you from, like, you know, dumb things like that cause pain and could hurt you or something like that. So anyway. What's up, Milo? Why do people buy shoes from Duran Rider is in China with Michelle? Huh? That sounds like two sentences that got smushed together there. Why do people buy anyway, yeah, rock size pain. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. If you're in a Vibram type shoe and you step on a rock on the right, like sometimes you can run over a rock in those shoes and you don't feel it. But if it hits a certain part of your foot, it hurts like a mother. So that's what I'm saying. Just wear a minimal shoe, like a Zero or an Ultra, just something, you know, zero drop, minimal structure. Just get a simple, basic wide toe box running shoe. Way more protection. If you wear through those, you ran 3,000 miles on them and your feet are all strong as F, then get a Vibram if you really feel like you need to do that. But I think it's just a bit much, or too little, I should say, for most people. Oh, D-Rabbit, you have those Vibrams? They are uncomfortable for me because the structure of the toe section is too still and doesn't allow me to move them as easily. Kind of interesting, because yeah, your toes are kind of restricted. They're each individually covered, right? If you have a wide toe box shoe, the toes, there's nothing touching or covering the toes, just the edges of the shoe, which are out wider than a normal shoe. That's what I'm saying. I really think just get a minimalistic, like Zero or Ultra or some other brand. There's probably other ones too nowadays. Yeah. Now try running with boots. No, Johnny, I'm not going to try running with boots. That sounds horrible. Wow. I feel sorry if they make you run with boots on in the military. Wow. Oh, wow. You had to rehab your Achilles with PT, therapy for physical therapy for 7 months. You still do the homework. You need to stay healthy. Awesome. Well, I didn't know you had an Achilles injury. Wow. What'd you do? Usually, you know, when I hear about Achilles injuries, it's from, like, you know, basketball player or something like that. I can't imagine what you did. Yeah, we're doing a lot of foot talk tonight. You never know. Achilles Last Dance. That's a cool Led Zeppelin song, by the way. Let's see, Fillmore Music. You like those running shoes and wearing baggy sports trousers. You feel like a ninja. Overuse. Huh, nothing busted. Huh, interesting. Let's see, toes are all part of the lower body workout. Interesting, Robert. Yeah, education is key. Running with heels. Yeah, definitely no heels, no boats. Yeah, I'm lucky. I don't do too much stretching anymore, and I'm getting away with it. I think my saving grace, as far as not stretching much anymore and not getting injured, is how when I play basketball, which is, you know, known by all measures as a pretty intense sport, you know. And I tell you, the way I warm up really gradually, you know, it's kind of like I am stretching my body without stretching. I just go out there cold and I do things, just gradually increase movement, increase, exertion slowly, just doing it in a sane way that I've developed over time. It's like I warm up for like minimum like 30-40 minutes. By 30-40 minutes, my movement's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. But when I first get out there, I'm just some crickety old dude. You know, I just want my shoulders to get loose so I can shoot the ball right. You know, I'm just shooting from like 3 feet away. Like a lot of people that don't understand warm up probably think, what is this guy? Is he like a beginner or something? No, I see that players that know what they're doing, they do this similar kind of warm up side. You start really close and just shoot close shots, just getting the blood flowing, getting the muscles engaged and warmed up and loose. But yeah, that's it. And slowly shoot further out and do more movements. Start moving your arms more, legs more. But first, I'm just standing like an old man, because I'm an old man, just shooting, trying not to get injured. No, Angie doesn't do much yoga either. That was our main form of stretching in the past, Uncle. No, we kind of got over yoga. It seems like a lot of the people that we knew doing yoga And this shouldn't stop us from doing yoga. It's a horrible excuse. It's like, oh, I'm not going to be vegan because I know some dumb, mean, bad vegans. No, but a lot of the yoga people kind of that we were friends with here just kind of let us down in various ways. It turned out to be not the kind of people we thought they were. Not that we were holding them to high expectations, but it just didn't relate to them at all anymore, and just started to just not trust them as like some of our yoga teachers that we followed and stuff like that. So we're just not into yoga right now. That being said, once in a while I'll do some yoga stretching here based on like some of the Kundalini yoga and just other just regular normal yoga, whatever that we've done over the years. But so I'm not against it, but I'm not enthusiastic about or passionate about yoga like I used to be. And same with Angie. That's good for you, Johnny. Maybe part of it is because you're young still. Not to say you can't get injured in your 20s and stuff, but that helps a lot. Trust me, being young helps in so many ways as far as injury, recovery. But yeah, no one's immune. No one's fully protected. Let's see, Peter. Field Grounds, another barefoot shoe company, has a sale for the 6th year, and all the stuff's vegan 100%. Awesome. That's the best when you don't have to worry about it. Like on the zero side, I have to look. So like some of the shoes I'm looking at there, I want to get a pair of the Dylans just for like normal everyday wearing. Well, I'm not gonna now because these glasses cost a lot. Got to change my tires and all. I got to tell you the newest dumb thing. Just after this live stream ended last Friday, I did a load of dishes in our dishwasher and didn't stop. The cycle never stopped. I had to manually hit reset, and apparently there's some part in it that's gone bad, and got to weigh out, do I want to try to replace it? But the dishwasher's like 12, 13 years old, get a new one. Anyway, I can still run dishes, just the water never gets hot, and I have to set my watch to remind me to go and turn it off. So it's like, crap. I guess 2025 is going to go down as the year that a bunch of our shit broke down, like our air conditioning system earlier in the year. So anyway, I guess I'm not going to get those Dylan shoes after all. I thought maybe on my birthday I can get some Dylan. No, I'm not going to. I'll just put the money back into stuff here. That's what the universe wants me to do right now, and who am I to fight with the universe? Yeah, it's just been an annoying year for stuff breaking down, Allison. I mean, I expect every year a certain amount of stuff's going to break down, but some major stuff. It all kind of started last November when our dryer broke down. It made a really smelly sound too. Something's burning there. It just stopped, and it was old though. I guess we have a lot of old appliances. I guess we got a lot of stuff around 2010, and now's the time they're all kind of going down. Yeah, Long Beach Uncle still has yoga on the bluff, especially now in the summer. They have it in the morning and in the evening. I believe is it 10 or 11 a.m. and then again I think at 6 p.m. They do that all summer, all until I think the time when we fall back, I think. But yeah, that's nice. That's a nice thing to that Long Beach has. If you've never heard of it, if you live anywhere near Long Beach, just Google yoga on the bluff. Angie and I have done that tons and tons of times. Oh, John, you have a cousin from Israel and he lives there. He's into yoga. Awesome. He probably goes to yoga on the bluff. That's like the main hub of yoga in Long Beach, in my opinion, unless things have changed. But you're right, Sarah. Stuff does break, and especially if you have stuff that's like 15 odd years old. That's roughly how old our air conditioner was. Dishwasher, probably a couple years older than that. It's a good one. It's a Bosch. I was reading online, if I can, maybe just replace the part. It might cost $150 or $200 to install, but people are saying the new ones suck. Like ours was made in America or Germany. I forgot to look. It wasn't made overseas or anything, like not over in Asia, not distant Asia or anything like that. It was a high quality machine. They're saying the new ones aren't good anymore. So maybe I'll just try to keep our old one going as long as I can. But that's what I did with our air conditioner, and I got burnt. We put like $1,000 or $2,000 into it to repair it last year. Got maybe 5 months out of it before it bit it again in May. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. It sucks. You're on your calf stretcher right now? Awesome. Oh, your cousin is a woman. That's okay. I just assumed I don't know why, Johnny. For some reason, I just saw a dude when you said that. I don't know what that means or anything like that. Peter, Trump's health is failing? Why? Is there something going on right now? Or you just see kind of like dementia or something like that? Or is there something in the news? Because I try not to watch the latest news about our president or anything like that. Let me know if there's something going on, though. He has a vein disease? Huh, I didn't hear about that. Uncle likes Sarah's like calf stretching thing. You should send us a diagram or something like that. Wait, Sarah, didn't you just send me an email the other day? Wait, what was that about? Oh gosh. Oh man. I'm having a brain fart right now. Did I write back to you on that? I forgot. I'm just so scatterbrained lately. Well, we all have a common issue of getting older, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, he's like 80, right? When you're that age, that's when things, things start going wrong. Could go wrong all your life. But yeah, the older you get, the more common it is for things to go wrong. Hey, someone just bought a t-shirt. Oh, thank you, Mark. Was that Mark who bought a t-shirt? And Peter, did Angie said she got back to you, right? She checked with Teespring, and so there's nothing more she can do, but she sent you the information that you need to do to I don't know what's going to happen. Will they send you a shirt out finally, or will they send you a refund? But I'm sorry that something went wrong with your shirt order there, Peter. I don't ever remember this happening before. I don't know if this has anything to do with like tariffs or stuff like that. Did it get stopped at customs? But yeah, check into it, Peter. But we've done all we can. But yeah, and hopefully you'll get it resolved and let us know. Let us know how that works out. I'm sorry that you have to do some more crap. I know it's a pain in the ass. But they should take care of you. They're a legit business. I can't imagine saying, "Hey, suck it," we took your money, So hopefully they'll help you out. Sarah, yeah, I got that email. I think was it today it's about that house for sale. Yeah, I won't say where it's at right now or anything, but yeah, not where I'm going to move to or where I want to move to, but man, it's a cute little house. It's like 1.3 million or something like that. Like, wow. It just shows you how some parts of California are just like, wow. Like, it wasn't a big house, maybe like a little over 1,000 square feet. It looked really nice, really cool. It sucks how real estate's so crazy. Is Trump only 78? Okay, I thought he was 79 and he turned 80. He's only 78, only 78, Yeah, it was really cute. Yeah, so cute. Yeah, 1.3 million, the cheapest town in Marin. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Fairfax is cute. I mean, that's on my list of somewhere I would think about moving to for sure. Yeah, I'll keep it in mind, but yeah, 1.3 could get you a really awesome place where the town I want to go to, which will be not mentioned here because I want to keep my privacy for the future. I got to stay quiet now so haters don't try to follow me in the future. I don't want it to all get out. But anyway, yeah, we get you a really nice place where I'm looking at. Yeah, if you did move to Fax, yeah, we would see you twice a year, but we figured we'll meet you up in Mendo. That'd be a good meetup place. Like when you're in Fairfax and we're at our place, we can, hey, let's go meet up at Mendo, So we could do that as a meeting place. And if you want, you could stop by our place on the way down to Fairfax as well. So hopefully that'll all work out. But yeah, totally, I want to meet up in Mendo. Actually, I've never been to Mendocino yet. I've probably driven through Mendocino County, but I've never seen the coastal town of Mendocino. But I don't think I could afford Fairfax, though, It just looks like 1.3 mil, like, whoa, Anyway, yeah, we'll totally meet in Mendo. You usually go up the coast to Mendo. Yeah, avoiding freeways. Yeah, that's one way to do it. It's more scenic, takes longer, but if you're not in a hurry, that's a extremely beautiful stretch of Highway 1 there, I'm sure I'd love the Stanford Inn. It's like a vegan bed and breakfast. Yeah, like the restaurant there, the whole place is vegan. It's cute old, like, it's like a Victorian or is this an old house or something like that? Like, an inn. It looks really cool. Yeah, I totally want to go to Mendo. Yeah, it sounds like perfect summertime weather. Where everywhere else it's like baking hot. You go down to Mendo, you get some overcast and cool ocean breeze. Perfect. Uncle says, try the prices on the Strand. Anywhere on the Strand in Hermosa, Redondo, anywhere in that South Bay. It's crazy. Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, Allison, you're right. If I could afford that $1.3 million cute cottage in Fairfax if I stopped eating avocados, right? And avocado toast, that's all we got to do. That's why I tell millennials, hey, things too expensive, stop eating the avocado toast. You'll be a millionaire. No, just kidding. I just hate when people say don't eat avocados or avocado toast. It's like, yeah, it's more than that. If you quit avocado toast, I'm still not going to like say pay for your health insurance or something like that. Oh, that's funny, Milo. Thanks, Robert. We're sharing the love for sure. So here, let me give you the rundown. Sarah just gave us the rundown of this vegan. See, it's a vegan live stream. We talk about any and all things vegan. This vegan bed and breakfast in Mendocino County in the town of Mendocino, California. It's a vegan luxury eco resort. I forgot to mention that. On 10 acres. Awesome. Rescue animals, veggie farm, massage, vegan restaurant, saltwater pool. This sounds like heaven. That sounds so awesome. Yeah, I guess... yeah, we'll have to meet at there. I've never seen it. So yeah, if we meet in Mendo, I got to take it upon myself to like see what it's like to spend it just one night. It's probably all I can afford. Just one night at the Stanford Inn. I bet. I mean, they could tell him to remove meat and dairy from his diet. I'm sure he'd say, no way, ain't gonna happen, right? That's how most older people react when they have a health condition. And if the doctor says, well, you should try eating a vegan or vegetarian diet, most say, no, I'd rather die. Really? I'm not making this up, right? You guys have heard these kinds of stories, right? When people say, I'd rather die than give up meat and dairy. Like, really? Like meat and dairy are more important to you than spending time with your grandchildren? You'd rather say, grandchildren, F you guys. You guys are not as important to me as meat. I have to eat meat. I'd rather spend my life with meat rather than living longer with you guys. I just don't understand that kind of reasoning. It just shows you the kind of addiction, the power that meat has on people or animal products have on people. Yeah, vegan eco resort equals heaven. I know. Like I said, I don't think I can afford to spend more than a night there. I don't even know if I could afford to spend one night there, but I'll do it. I'll save up once hopefully it all works. I'm living up there to have a little Mendo vacation. Oh yeah, the Hitchcock movie was filmed up there, right? Yeah, Murder She Wrote and the Hitchcock movie, The Birds, right? The Birds movie was filmed there too. Is that right? I thought they filmed it in the general area, but I thought some scenes were filmed. Was it in Mendo? But yeah, Murder She Wrote, Mendocino Village. Or am I thinking of another town? Was it more like Bodega Bay or something like that where they filmed Hitchcock? Let me know. Birds was Bodega Bay. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. I'm getting them all mixed up right now. He said he's going to make America healthy. That's the least. It's like Coca-Cola is just not healthy. I don't care if you change it from high fructose corn syrup to cane sugar. It's just like saying something that is bad, we're going to make it a little less bad, but it's not going to make it good. Just because we made it a little better is not going to make it healthy all of a sudden. And I'm saying it's still a bad food. You would think that would increase the price, though, because I thought one of the big pluses of high fructose corn syrup for manufacturers, that is that it's cheap. It's like a byproduct. Cane sugar, it's a more of a, you got to get it from canes, sugar cane. So I don't know. We'll see if that changes. If that's really going to happen, and if so, how does that affect the price? Considering everything else is getting more expensive these days. Yeah, V, you need to plan a trip to North America before too long. Hopefully they'll still let you in here, or at least go to Canada. You don't have to come here if you're not feeling the vibes right now. Mark Moon, you're jealous of California? There is a lot of vegan places here, guys. I cannot lie, Some areas are better than others. But yeah, there's a lot of vegan, if not vegan restaurants, restaurants that have like clearly marked vegan food, that you can buy, vegan food, vegan meals. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm telling you, I can't wait to go back. I'm chosen to go back to our vegan Italian place, Right here, it's walkable, from our place here. But That shouldn't let you know where we live, because Angie and I can walk quite a distance. You know, we were not just like, oh, we'll walk 5 minutes. That's our limit. No, like when we go to Disneyland, it takes us like 20 minutes just to get from the parking lot to like the security area. You know, we walk. You know, we're walkers. We like walking. Walking's healthy. You know, we look for opportunities to walk. Nearest Butissimo, the nearest vegan restaurant here in Pennsylvania, is about a 45-minute drive. Oh man, I'm sorry. That's what it used to be like for us in the early days of our relationship, and that's we'd have to drive to other cities or towns to eat at vegan restaurants. But now they're all over the place. D. Rabbit, yes, Bodega Bay, where Livingston, Vincent, and Tangla up at the spooky mansion above Bodega. What are you talking about there? You going, Robert? You're in Australia, right? So I understand if you got it going. It's late if that's where you're at. I mean, you're on a different time. You got to get your day started. VLAMs, if they take about 90% of the sugar, being it high fructose corn syrup or cane sugar, maybe that would make the Coke healthy. There's still a bunch of crap in Coke, right? I mean, I look at the list of ingredients. You know, people complain about that overly processed vegan food so unhealthy, those impossible burgers. Like, no, just look at Coca-Cola. There's a bunch of weird stuff on there. Like, you know, it's not a health food. Will it kill you? I don't know. I'm not saying that, but you know, it's not as healthy for you as like, you know, like say, I would venture to say like just a vegan burger, you know, like even one of these overly processed Beyond or Impossible burgers, probably better for you long term to consume than Coca-Cola. It's my guess. I've never compared it or looked at a study to support that. That's just my intuition. Yeah, it's the next day in Australia. So for like Robert and VLAM, it's already Saturday out there. Johnny, the president should be held to a high standard of health. No, there's nothing in the Constitution about that. The president could, in theory, just have like beer and steak all day, or beer and Oreos if he or she were vegan. You know, there's nothing, no stipulation or provision that the president should set a health example for others. I don't know. I think Coca-Cola is accidentally vegan, Peter. Pretty sure. I never really checked it out, but I'm pretty sure. Fillmore Music. You'll live 3 lives if they eat 2 burgers to count to your veganism. Yeah, I've heard of people say, well, I mean, I'm just going to eat a burger right now. What do you feel about that? I can't stop you from exercising your free will in a sort of free country. You're going to do what you're going to do. What's that, Sarah? Bestie has been making some fabulous soups with your local CSA box ingredients. Awesome. That sounds good. I could use a little soup right now. I'm already a little hungry. I guess from the gym and all. You know, I was, having more, robust appetite on these post-gym days. Wow, I didn't know that, Peter. You can now vote at the age of 16 in the United Kingdom? Huh. I wonder if that's a good or bad thing. Yeah, Disney turned 70 yesterday. 70 years ago, in 1955, Disneyland first opened their park here in Anaheim. I didn't go. Actually, we went the day before. That was the day we went and ate those foods at Downtown Disney when I got that free buy one, get one free ice cream at Salt and Straw. We went the day before the 70th. But yeah, we knew don't go around there on Thursday. I knew it was going to be hell. It's just like crazy. All the media, all the people, just insanity. So yeah, we can't even go in the park again until mid-August. So, because we have the most budget pass that you can get for Disneyland. And you have to, not only is it the most budget-friendly one, you have to live within certain local zip codes, Southern California zip codes, which we happen to live in. So, yeah, we're not rich or anything, but yeah, we get that, and that's why you see us go more often than you think you would go. Because, yeah, if we had to pay $200 each time, that would be $400 each time, plus $30 parking, plus anything you eat there. No, that's not our lifestyle there. We don't live like that. Yeah, I'm with late model. I'm not a big fan of processed foods, but yeah, I told you I had no problem getting the buy one get one free banana bread, strawberry jam ice cream. Yeah, I said strawberry. Since it wasn't like Whole Foods, it's like a jam. You can see how delicious it is. Banana bread, strawberry jam, vegan ice cream. So cool. Hey, David's vegan. Glad you could catch this. But yeah, probably won't be behind any more ice cream like that for many months. Considering I got this 2-for-1 deal, I'm that's cool. It's probably raised my LDL for a few weeks, let it come back down. Won't eat anymore. You need a can of Coke right now to declog one of your drains. See, that's what it's good for. I heard it can chew through things, right? Like you break down foods and stuff. Let's see. But no, Peter, like I said, we can't go to Disneyland for any of the 70th anniversary events. We just don't have that level of pass. So which is fine. We don't like to go there when it's crowded, to be honest with you. We like to go on off days, but there really aren't any more like off days anymore. We used to call them like magical Tuesdays, but it doesn't happen anymore. They have a reservation system that pretty much keeps the park at pretty crowded all week. In fact, I heard weekends are less busy than weekdays, if you can believe that, at Disneyland. Why? Because a lot of us SoCal pass people, we have the cheapest pass. We're not allowed in on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I heard Sundays are like one of the nicest days to go. I won't know. I'm not going to spend $400 to find out, but I've seen people make videos about it. There's Disney influencers, like there's, people that make vegan content for YouTube. There's people that specialize, like say in our park, going to the Anaheim parks, and they show what's going on. They have the highest level pass. They pay like $1,500-$1,600. They can go anytime, pretty much all year. And we see what's going on, like, wow, I wish we could go on a Sunday. Johnny, you haven't been to Disney? Yeah, for you it'd be Orlando, right? That's way more closer to you. Yeah, that's what we did, Peter. We went to downtown Disney on Wednesday, had the delicious Seoul Bowl at Seoul Sista, I believe the name is. It's like a Korean Asian fusion dish, really good, like avocado and noodles and veggies, really, really good. And then we got the salt and straw ice cream. So that was our little day out Wednesday. We kind of worked hard Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, we went out in the afternoon. I think we got there like around 2 or 3 or something like that. So that's how it worked. I was editing my video Wednesday. I've recorded it Tuesday. I filmed it in here Tuesday, edited it Wednesday, and then went to Disney, had our little meal, fun time there, walked around a little bit, and then came home and I edited the video some more and uploaded it. So it got released last night for you guys. That's kind of how our week went. Let's see. But Peter, no, you don't need a pass to enter downtown Disney. Anyone can enter there. You have to pay for parking if you want to park in the downtown Disney lot. It's $10 for the first hour, no matter what. But if you go to like if you buy $20 worth of stuff somewhere, they'll validate you for 3 hours. So you can stay for 4 hours. If you pay for the first hour, but you can stay for 3 more hours for free. And if you go to a sit-down restaurant, they'll validate your parking for 5 more hours, so you can stay up to 6 hours. But yeah, we just went to a simple restaurant, not a regular sit-down one, and we stayed about maybe 3.5 hours or so. Happiest vegan on earth. Yeah, she still makes content, Lisa, just not as frequently now. But she still tries to keep her website as up to date as possible. But I think she's off with a new boyfriend or something like that. So I think they've been spending time together, and she hasn't been going to the park as much as when she was single. That's just my guess. But she hasn't given up. She still posts Disney content and updates her website, just not at the same rapid fire pace that we were used to for so many years. Let's see. But yeah, you don't need to pay anything other than parking to go to downtown Disney. And if someone could drop you off, it's completely free. Stay as long as you want. Fulmar Music. You're sure sounding like Fu Man Poo tonight. Are you Fu Man Poo? He's like just like a different version of Fu Man Poo. Amusing post there. Adam the Woo has some cool Disney content. I've never heard of him. David's vegan. Yeah, the guys I watch for our local Southern California Disneyland Park. One guy's name is Fresh Baked. He just goes to the parks a lot and makes a lot of videos. Another guy we watch all the time. We even met him before. He's really cool. He's like us. He's from Long Beach, and his name is Hey Bricky. He approaches it from a designer and artist perspective. He has some kind of background in art and design. He even worked at Disney in that capacity for a while. So he's paying attention to choices and decisions they make, particularly because Disney's going to undergo a huge $100 million change over the next few years or something like that. More than that, adding new lands, new rides. They're going to put in a Coco ride, guys. I haven't talked about that. I'm so stoked. They're going to put in a boat dark ride for Coco. I can't wait because I think they're going to kick ass on that from what I've seen on their what their plans are, and just how the art of Coco is already so inherently beautiful and kind of psychedelic. I have really high hopes for this Coco dark ride. So yeah, anyway, he looks at Disneyland's past to figure out, or not to figure out, but to make an educated guess as where to they're going in the future. So yeah, that's what his content focuses on. And when we saw him, I feel like a brother. He's wearing the black dad hat, the dark sunglasses. Me and Angie kind of dress us like that too. We just feel like an old buddy. He's an old buddy. But anyway, hey, he's not vegan or anything like that. Yeah, Johnny, yes, you have to pay for parking at downtown Disney. Yeah, Disney's going to make you pay for parking no matter what. They're experts at extracting money from people. That's one thing they're really, really good at. Yeah, late model, good point. Talking about processed food. Some people say all processed food is bad. Well, depends what kind of processing is done. Because if you look at tofu, yeah, they transform the soybean into a block of tofu. But like you said, it's just pretty much one ingredient, So it's like that you can't compare tofu to say potato chips or a Coke or something like that. It was a bunch of stuff. They just transformed tofu. It's been processed, but again, not all processing is necessarily bad or makes it less healthy or unhealthy. A lot of it does, but it's not a necessary thing. Yeah, tempeh, same thing. Processed, maybe a little bit less, but yeah, good too. Serotonin is literally psychedelic geometry. Serotonin, neurotransmitter. See, how we doing on time? Oh, I don't think AJ is going to come tonight. Yeah, we're already at 7:46. So I thought maybe AJ would pop in about an hour or so in, but if you're watching after the fact, AJ, hope you had fun tonight, because tonight would probably be over by the time you're watching this. Hope you had a good time. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're safe, home safe, and watching this, hopefully. Yeah, Allison, good point. Meat flesh has been processed by the animal growing it. Yeah, if you want to look at it that way, huh? Totally true. I mean, everything's been processed. Depends to what degree. Plants, it's a process to get from a seed to a corn on the cob or a potato or something like that. I think we should look at things empirically when it comes to nutrition. Yeah, that being said, VLAM, I'm surprised none of the Dr. What's his face? Dr. Barry fans came. I invited several that left me stupid comments to come here tonight, and none of them took me up on it. It sucks. Adjust the air conditioner here one little bit. Oh, maybe she went on vacation. Yeah, you didn't see her over at Vegan Zombie either. She did pop on yesterday for the premiere, but the premieres are way shorter than a live stream, so maybe she had time. Yeah, she must be doing some. Like I said, summer. People, have different availabilities and schedules and activities during the summer months, so it stands to reason, Yeah, Sarah, you're going to be gone soon too, right? Didn't you say? Is that when are you making your big Fairfax trip? I haven't checked to. I actually don't remember. I'm not a big churros person, Peter. I can't remember if I've had churros before. If Angie were on right now, she'd be able to tell us. I can't remember if we've had churros, and if so, that they would have necessarily been vegan. I'm pretty sure they're vegan though. Let's see. Peter, you've been a member for 37 months. Awesome. He said the churros they had that were vegan at Vegan Campout, and they were so delicious. I'm pretty sure they are. I'll ask Angie about that. I'll just text her right now. Hey Siri, message Angie. Are the churros at Disneyland vegan? And if so, have we ever got them? All right. That's cool, just to use slow-mo rather than like having to type it all out and stuff. Garrett, thanks for sharing this. You think some processed vegan food is great? Like, say, fortified plant milks. Absolutely, yeah. Processed. They put some vitamins in there. Oh, how horrible. They put vitamins in the milk, yeah? I mean, they do fortify a lot of dairy milk, too. Anyway, yeah, for example, I like checking out the Yuka app for the scores. Cool. Okay, Sarah, you're around. You're not going to California until October, but you never know if the smoke is really bad. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, the air will stay nice for a little while still, huh? Yeah, David's vegan. Yeah, my video yesterday was like maybe the third or fourth video I've done on Dr. Barry. When he's just, this ain't the first time he said nonsense about veganism. Okay, 100,000 acre fire about 60 miles away. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. See if it spreads if the wind direction blows it towards you. Wow, that fire is not a joke. Unlike Dr. Barry, a joke. Are you watching Dr. Barry? If you want to come on the live stream sometime and chat about this stuff, let's do it. Yeah, Vixie Pixie, as far as processed foods, yeah, I prefer it too if I can pronounce and maybe even know the ingredients. Like tofu, it's been processed, but I know what soy is, right? You know, that's a very simple example, but I get your point. I agree with that too. Quantum mechanics has slight variation, but the CIA stopped funding those operations, so you can't be objective. The Monroe Institute, the men who stay. Well, is this Fulmar music? This is, again, it sounds like foo, but even like more like foo. More foo than foo. Okay, Angie's getting back to me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Never had a vegan churro there yet. All right. So the churros are vegan though, right? As far as we know. Let's see what she says. So Angie confirmed that we've never got a churro there. I don't know, her and I are not big churro people. We like the popcorn there, and the popcorn there is vegan. I didn't realize that a lot of places, Disneyland and a lot of movie theaters, they don't put dairy butter on anymore. They put something else on. That something else isn't an animal product. So yeah, we've gotten the popcorn sometimes. Oh, she adds now too, but now the caramel corn in all the sweets shops is vegan. So that's nice to know. Yeah, a lot of stuff is just actually vegan now, which makes life a little easier and more fun if you want to have some fun food items. But I'm just trying to get word back about the, maybe she's checking if the churros are vegan. Okay, she says, yeah, I meant they never offered a vegan churro in all our years as key holders. Oh, okay, so that makes me think that the churros are not vegan at Disneyland. That's probably why we never got them, because we're kind of the people that will experiment. We'll at least try something that's vegan, as long as it ain't total crap or bad for you. So that could explain why we've never got a churro there. Yeah, Milo, fruit and vegetable juice is processed, right? Even dried food is processed. My smoothies are processed by my blender. You know, that's why it's like this. I hate this whole debate, like, oh, it's processed. Like, processed isn't necessarily bad. That doesn't mean the food is necessarily less healthy or even unhealthy. A lot of processed food is bad, but it doesn't mean all processed food is bad. A lot of people don't understand that distinction. They just have a knee-jerk reaction. Oh, processed automatically means bad, unhealthy, and that's just simply not how it works in reality. Your nightly blended salad of vegetable and hot sauces process. Dr. Kinberry has blocked you for asking whether a dog was a good source of protein. I remember that. That was probably the last video I responded to. Him and that Lear Keith person bagging on veganism and stuff like that. Yeah, he went on a live stream and asked him whether a dog was a good source of protein. Pixie, yeah, haha, awesome question for him. I would ask him if he ate a squirrel raw like a true omnivore. Yeah, D. Rabbit White. I have never, with my own eyes, and besides like watching on TV or a movie or something like that, seen the Oregon coast. That's something I'd like to do someday. So hopefully, if and when I can be living in Northern California, I'll be that much closer to Oregon and the coast. Because yeah, it looks amazing. One could always get a campsite if biking or walking in. It's always beautiful, even in the rain. As soon as you cut or cook a vegetable, it becomes processed. I guess one could argue that too, right? The only bad thing about the Oregon coast, guys, is if there's a major Cascadia subduction zone earthquake, they said pretty much everything west of Highway 1 gonna be underwater and thrashed, so just be careful. Yeah, that PB2 peanut butter, which I use, I love that stuff, is processed, but it's actually healthier than regular peanut butter. So in some instances, process can make it healthier if they take the bad stuff out. In this case, they took the saturated fat out for the most part. Not all of it, but a good portion of it. What's that, VLAM? You learn from a podcast, the more moral conviction you have, the less likely you're to understand opposing arguments. Essentially, you become a zealot. Yeah, I've seen that happen time and time again. Yeah, if you are fully, like, I'm not even speaking of, I just say a normal person just won't listen to what a vegan is saying because they're so entrenched in what they believe in, like a Dr. Barry, a normal person, a meat-eating person. That facts, reason, evidence don't matter. No matter how much evidence-based information you present that reflects the scientific consensus, reflects truth and reality, the facts don't matter. The evidence doesn't matter. My opinion is all that matters to me. The worldview that I've constructed around my opinion and belief systems that stem from it, that's what matters. So yeah, facts be damned. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a person that believes, at least wants to. I'm a person that wants to believe in true things. That comes from my philosophy days. Not all philosophy people are like that. A lot of people are like Dr. Barry, like study philosophy. I went into it purely, sincerely for trying to understand what is true. That's been my quest in life, is that I want to believe as many true things as I possibly can. And conversely, believe as few false things as I possibly can. So I'm trying to find the truth of the matter in anything. And I still haven't found anything to convince me about why I should stop being vegan. That's why I titled tonight's live stream, like, convince me I'm wrong. And no one came. I was hoping for someone to challenge my view on veganism. Not to say I'm not ready and prepared. I'll listen to them with an open mind. In fact, you've seen me oftentimes, they'll blurt some nonsense out and I'll try to help them out. I'll try to say, let me strengthen your argument for you. I think what you're really trying to say is this, and then lay out the argument and show, even if this is your argument, show why that doesn't work. So anyway, guys, it's time to go, man. It's pretty much 8 o'clock. I've been on for pretty much 2 hours. We can't go any longer. AJ's not here. She's our moral support center here, our spiritual center here, AJ. But yeah, no trolls once again tonight. I tried my best, Vixie. I tried to invite some Dr. Barry stands. I changed the title and even the thumbnail style design for this live stream. I tried so many things to try to get trolls to come, to have the YouTube algorithm suggest me to trolls, and I am a complete failure. So yeah, sucks why the trolls don't like me anymore. They used to. I don't know if it's just because they don't want to come and get their rears rotted out, or is this the algorithm's not suggesting me to them anymore? I'm not sure. VLAM says, thank you, Ryan, for what you do in the HHV channel for inoculating us against vegan zealotry. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, we're not vegan zealots here. Again, if something were shown to be not true, I would let you know. Yeah, I'm very honest about things. Like, I'm not exactly sure how efficient my body is at converting short chain omega-3 acids into long chain. I don't know. So I just bought a supplement off Amazon. Just try it out. Why not? You know, I can't say for sure I'm a great converter or not. I haven't got that tested. So anyway, honest about things. That's what I owe it to you guys. I owe it to myself to be honest and truthful. So yeah, let's put this one in the history books. But yeah, you're right, Vixie Pixie. They have no argument. They think they do, but there is not one. At least not one I've heard yet. Maybe there'll be one in the future. I'm still waiting to hear it though. All right, guys. So great seeing you again for this live stream. Actually, Angie said that AJ sent me another video to check out. I'll check it out. It's about some parents who, killed their kid on a vegan diet, that kind of old story. It's a new story, a ballerina or something like that. And Peter, let me know if you have any good stories. That was a great one. Thanks for the Dr. Barry video. When I see videos like that, for me, it's like a gift from the heavens. Like, thank you. Yeah, this is going to be easy and fun. I live for responding to just such easily debunkable nonsense like that. So thank you. You sent me a video from that guy from Australia. Oh, that jerk Butterfield. I'll check that out. Whatever. It just can't keep. Even if you sent me something, Peter, send me another one, because not every video. I don't like. Just because you sent me something doesn't mean I'm gonna look at it and go, oh, this is gonna be an awesome. I might go, that'd be an okay one. I'm not sure, but some of them are awesome. And the Dr. Barry video, yes, thank you, Heaven, for sending me that one, because that was just too fun, too easy. So keep sending me stuff. You never know when I'm gonna have that reaction to. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining us here on Friday or Saturday for some of you guys for the weekly live stream. Next week's schedule should be kind of the same, and more 7 vegan meals from Angie. She's always working on those. I should have a response video Friday live stream, and who knows, maybe I'll try to sneak in another live somehow. Maybe midweek I'll do something weird. I'll keep this Friday live stream like it is. I won't change it much, if any. I just kind of keep the same thing going on. And maybe the midweek one will be more, I'll have debates or something. I don't know, just something different. We'll see. So we'll see how it goes. Depends on my time and stuff too, because we're working on a lot of music right now. We're trying to get a new song, vocals recorded for a new song, and then mixed and finished up. So it depends how it's going to go. Yeah, members only live stream should get scheduled too. So got a lot on the plate right now. And then, yeah, we got a lot of birthday planning coming up too. So yeah, next week, be here, be square. That'll be my last live stream as a 57-year-old. Unless I sneak one in before, but it'll be my last Friday live stream at 57. It'll be my last Friday at age 57. All right, guys. So yeah, come by next week for sure. See me one last time at age 57, because next time it'll be 58. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the super chat tips from Fallon Marie, Robert, and VLAM. Thank you guys so much for supporting the vegan cult. I will put it to good use to help support what we do here at Happy Healthy Vegan. Thanks so much, guys. So guess that's about it. Just want to say thanks to Uncle and Peter for being here to protect us from any and all would-be trolls and haters, which didn't show up, but I'm glad you always have my back there in case something like that happens, guys. So good night to you all. Thanks for being here. Much love. Great hanging out with you once again, and have a great weekend, guys. So remember, doesn't suck being vegan. Bye, everyone.